Okay, so being a trapped soul is just basically the concept of a spirit that is trapped within a perception of reality or a particular way of being aware of reality, having a particular set of wired behaviors and, patterns that are externalized from a particular pattern of thoughts and feelings that may be, dysfunctional and may be limiting in nature, which actually takes the person away from God, because remember, God is all that is possible. So if you're trapped inside of a soul, that means that you believe only a certain reality is possible and available to you, just due to being programmed at an early age. And whatever culture you experience, whatever your experiences are, because we all get programmed when we are younger via our culture, or via your religion, or via your education system, your indoctrination system, your entertainment and stuff like that. And these things program you and tell you what you should value, and what you value becomes what you value as far as getting externally, and what you value as far as internally, as far as a set of beliefs and stuff like that. And that becomes your routines and patterns, and becomes your status, that becomes your reality. So we're all presented with certain lenses. We're all giving certain lenses of perception that allows us to see things and feel about things in a particular way based on how we were raised and stuff like that. Because we all have a particular relative position within the map. So when we all have a relative position, it develops into a particular way of perceiving things. The way you perceive information and the way that you process information is far more different than how another person receives and processes information and acts upon that information, because we're all just energy processing centers. But when you are a trapped soul, basically you are unable to process new energy and new experiences, or being inside of new possibilities, just due to not wanting to experience discomfort based on being aware of something new. Because when you're being aware of something new, it's like processing food. But instead of processing food, you're processing experiences, you're processing you know new awarenesses, through going through new realities, opening new portals by your mind. And how you open new portals is by purely believing in new things, because belief is what creates the reality to open up towards you. So if you believe that, example, you're ugly, if you believe, for example, that you're not good at something, if you believe that you're limited by nature, or you believe that you're disadvantaged, then these things will proceed to become your reality. Because now what's happening is that you have to remember that soul that you're trapped inside of, that whole perception, that whole circle that you're inside of, the whole sphere of mind that you're inside of, is basically shaped and morphed and created from the sounds that was spoken into it. So a lot of the times we have something called exposure therapy, where we are exposed to particular events, ways of let's just say going about reality and things like that, or certain negative emotions, or certain traumas that we may have developed, certain experiences that develop into our perception and stuff like that. And that's what exposure therapy explains. Whatever energy that you are exposed to, you're going to proceed to create that energy in your life in some way, because now it's a wheel, just like a chakra, and now that wheel is becoming an energy. So now it's becoming emotions inside of you and stuff like that. So a lot of the times we're going to develop trapped souls just purely based on the things that we experienced at an early age, whatever was forced upon us and stuff like that, as far as ways of thinking, ways of feeling that we had to uphold in order for us to be seen in a positive light, rather than a negative light. Because a lot of the times when we do actually be ourselves growing up, we'll actually be perceived in a negative light, because of how society already indoctrinated the parents. Or sometimes certain, depending on your relative position, meaning that whatever energy you've been given in certain geographical locations, it may be perceived as negative, or just based on whatever program that you ran up under, as far as subconsciously, as far as the global population, as far as what they're being aware of, whether you don't express spirituality like in the religious way, or you don't express intelligence like how it's done in universities or whatever. For whatever shape, way, or form, you're going to be seen as negative, and you're going to be given a basically a means to re-indoctrinate yourself inside of the system, which just simply means that don't go towards new possibilities that are unknown within our system and stay within safety, security, and stability, which is just basically what is known and what is available. Because God, reality, requires people that, that can quantum tunnel. And I don't even like using those scientific words and stuff like that. But what that means is just being able to perceive yourself at a new location, or being able to perceive yourself at a new location mentally, basically, doing, feeling, being certain things. And, a lot of the times we're going to vibrate up and down between this, high octave behavior and low octave behavior, meaning that being animalistic or being angelic, being angelic or being demonic, and stuff like that. Because we only have a particular set of attributes and characteristics that we've been given, and we're either doing these things at a very low level, or we're doing those things at a very high level. And a lot of the times we vibrate in out of those places and stuff like that. But we have to learn, like, to take that energy into a new place rather than just investing it at the same places and stuff like that that we've been programmed to constantly do. And that manifests as really certain states of mind. It manifests as behaviors, patterns of thinking and feeling, just really states of mind that we dwell inside of and stuff like that. So that really become someone who has a trapped soul. When you can't navigate outside of that paradigm or version of reality that you're so used to experiencing, to broaden your mind, then you're not willing to experience discomfort, which is by return is experiencing something that's comfortable. But that's how we come up with sayings like, unknown hell is better than an unknown heaven. Because whenever you experience or do something for too long, eventually you're going to yearn for a new experience, and you're going to want to create something new. Even if your life has been the most saddest, most depressing, eventually you're going to want to stop doing these things and just do something else. Like, it could be something catastrophic that reminds you to go there. How certain demons be really trapped inside their own mind and really just descending and descending rather than ascending and ascending and stuff like that, because they have a lack of ability to, transform or transfigure or take on a new shape and form, just based on, going through that metamorphosis, just based on, I guess, not having the willingness to change and actually, go towards on new things and incorporate new awarenesses by creating new realities with your mind and shit like that. So yeah, basically, I mean, realistically, everyone on Earth is basically a trapped soul, basically, for the most part. Because if you're even stuck in religion, Islam, if you're even stuck in anything really, any culture, any tradition, and you're unable to use it like a bitch from the perspective of you understand what those things are actually pointing to and what's the purposes of those things, and you can actually generate your own concepts. You got your own mind, you're authentic and you're genuine and stuff like that. Then yeah, then it's like you're out of your way of being a trapped soul and shit like that. But yeah, real fucking shit.